Kebayang nggak sih, jauh sebelum kita kenal sama face recognition atau pengawasan digital, ternyata udah ada loh sebuah buku di tahun 1996 yang membunyikan alarm. Buku ini ngeramalin soal sistem pengawasan universal yang bakal ngendaliin kita semua. Yuk kita bedah tuntas klaim-klaim mengejutkan dari buku yang dulu sempat bikin heboh ini.
Nah, ini dia bukunya, Project Lucidi. Terbit tahun 1996, buku ini tuh bukan sekedar buku biasa. Anggap aja ini semacam manifesto yang ngebongkar hubungan yang lumayan bikin merinding antara teknologi yang waktu itu baru muncul, kekuasaan pemerintah, dan apa yang diyakini penulisnya sebagai ramalan kuno.
Biar kebayang se-urgent apa isinya, coba deh dengerin kutipan langsung dari pendahuluannya ini. Dari awal aja, penulisnya udah ngasih warning keras. Dunia lagi menuju titik di mana nggak ada lagi tempat buat sembunyi. Sebuah peringatan yang jelas banget sejak halaman pertama.
Oke, jadi apa sih inti dari peringatan mimpi buruk ini? Yuk kita masuk ke premis utamanya. Visi masa depan yang menurut penulisnya udah di depan mata kita.
Peringatan utamanya tuh gamblang banget. Bakal ada semacam raksasa mengerikan yang siap menjerat semua orang di planet ini. Menurut dia, negara polisi yang dikendalikan teknologi itu bukan lagi fiksi ilmiah, tapi kenyataan. Dan dia bahkan pasang target loh, tahun 2000 sebagai awalnya.
Oke, terus sistem apa sih yang jadi pusat dari semua ini? Nah, di bagian ini kita bakal coba ngurai nama dan definisi dari proyek yang katanya mengerikan ini, yaitu Project LUCID.
Namanya Project LUCID. Tapi tunggu dulu, ini bukan sekedar jaringan pengawasan biasa. Penulisnya ngasih julukan yang lebih dramatis. Sistem Kontrol Manusia Universal, The Beast 666. Wow, pemilihan kata-katanya ini jelas disengaja banget ya. Ini jembatan yang nyambungin antara teknologi canggih sama interpretasi ramalan akhir zaman.
Tulang punggung dari sistem ini katanya adalah kartu biometrik universal, dan ini wajib buat semua orang. Coba deh kita lihat data apa aja yang katanya bakal disimpan di kartu ini. Bukan cuma foto sama sidik jari loh, tapi juga pindahian iris mata, genotipe DNA, bahkan sampai seluruh riwayat pribadi dan keuangan kita. Gila, bener-bener total banget ya. Nah, di sini nih, klaimnya jadi makin spesifik dan agak bikin merinding. Penulisnya percaya kalau kartu ini nantinya bakal dikasih kode 666. Ya, angka itu. Jadi sistem identitas canggih ini langsung dikaitin sama ramalan di Alkitab tentang tanda binatang. Tapi pertanyaannya, gimana caranya sistem segede ini bisa beneran jalan? Nah, sekarang kita lihat teknologi-teknologi spesifik apa aja yang menurut buku ini jadi fondasinya. Kalau kita baca, gambaran pengawasan totalnya tuh kok kedengaran familiar banget ya di zaman sekarang. Katanya, data bakal diambil dari satelit mata-mata, kamera tersembunyi, dan ini yang menarik, bahkan dari TV interaktif yang bisa ngintip kita balik. Plus, semua telepon disadap otomatis dan setiap pembelian kita dilacak, lengkap banget. Tapi kan, semua data ini percuma kalau nggak bisa dicocokin ke satu orang spesifik kan? Nah, disinilah biometrik masuk. Penulisnya yakin banget kalau identitas biologis kita yang unik, yang nggak bisa dipalsuin, itu jadi kunci utama buat mengunci dan melacak setiap orang. Lebih spesifik lagi ada 4 teknik utama yang disorot. Pertama, pindaian iris, karena tekstur mata kita kan unik. Kedua, genotyping DNA, buat analisis materi genetik. Ketiga, nah ini, jejak kaki bayi baru lahir. Jadi dari lahir udah langsung didaftarin seumur hidup. Dan yang terakhir, ya tentu aja, sidik jari elektronik, versi digitalnya. Proyek segede dan serumit ini pasti bikin kita nanya, siapa sih dalangnya? Siapa yang ada di balik ini semua? Oke, mari kita lihat siapa yang dituding oleh penulisnya sebagai arsitek dari pemerintah bayangan ini.
Buku ini nggak tanggung-tanggung, langsung nunjuk hidung ke National Security Agency alias NSA. Tahu kan, Badan Intelijen Amerika yang paling rahasia itu? Penulisnya bahkan ngejulukin NSA sebagai istana teka-teki, semacam benteng super rahasia dengan jangkauan global. Dan katanya, disitulah Project LUCID ini dirancang.
Dan ternyata, ini bukan kerjaan satu lembaga aja. Menurut penulisnya, ada jaringan yang luas banget. Melibatkan CIA, FBI, bahkan sampai ke level internasional kayak Interpol dan Mossadnya Israel. Semuanya nyambung dan semuanya ngasih data ke satu sistem pusat yang sama, LUCID. Nah, puncaknya di sini nih. Coba dengerin kutipan ini. Karena ini benar-benar nunjukin keyakinan terdalam si penulis. Bahwa kekuatan di balik semua ini bukan lagi sekedar politik atau birokrasi, tapi sesuatu yang supernatural.
Dan ini ngebawa kita ke bagian terakhir, yang bisa dibilang jadi fondasi dari seluruh argumen penulis, yaitu dasar teologis yang jadi semacam cetak biru dari semua teorinya. Jadi, pada intinya, semua omongan soal teknologi, pengawasan, dan badan-badan pemerintah ini, menurut penulisnya itu muaranya cuma satu, penggenapan ramalan Alkitab. Nah, inilah kerangka yang nyatuin semua kepingan puzzle teorinya. Disinilah semuanya jadi nyambung. Buku ini langsung ngebandingin fitur-fitur LUCID sama ayat-ayat dari kitab Wahyu. Coba lihat deh, ada sistem identitas universal, itu dicocokin sama tanda buat semua orang. Terus, kontrol buat jual-beli, nah, itu dicocokin sama nubuat kalau nggak ada yang bisa membeli atau menjual tanpa tanda itu. Inilah inti argumennya. Ujung-ujungnya, buku ini ninggalin pembacanya dengan satu pertanyaan yang, provokatif banget. Dengan ngelihat teknologi tahun 90-an lewat kacamata ramalan kuno, penulisnya seolah nantang kita buat mikir, apakah semua kemajuan teknologi ini cuma kebetulan, atau jangan-jangan ini emang bagian dari sebuah cetak biru yang udah ditulis ribuan tahun lalu? Nah, pertanyaan ini, terlepas dari apa yang kita yakini, rasanya kok makin relevan ya sampai hari ini?
In Indonesia, 2,000 citizens have agreed to take part in the next stage of a TB vaccine trial being carried out by the Bill Gates Foundation. And while cases of the disease have been steadily climbing in the country, there's growing concern that the experimental vaccine could do more harm than good, given the foundation's checkered record. RG's Rebecca Napitupulu picks up the story from here.
First, India and Africa. Now, Indonesia has become the West's latest testing ground for a new tuberculosis vaccine developed by the notorious Gates Foundation. As the Indonesian government doubled down on its fight against the disease, Bill Gates conveniently visited the country, supposedly to talk about President Prabowo's free meal program. But his vaccine ambitions have taken center stage. Local officials see a big opportunity, to put it mildly, but the Gates Foundation's questionable reputation has not helped put the public's mind at ease.
It all started when the former deputy of the presidential chief of staff made a post on X commenting on how cheap it was to buy the Indonesian people. This has left users wondering where they were in fact being used as guinea pigs.
Screening people to be forced to become TB vaccine guinea pigs. Why don't other countries want their people to be used as guinea pigs? Only poor countries are targeted?
Indonesia became a vaccine testing ground, and its people were used as guinea pigs. It's sad.
Before they came to power, they pounded the table to fight foreigners, fiery speeches, claiming not to be a lackey of other nations. But now suddenly, Indonesia wants to be used as a guinea pig for a TB vaccine made by Bill Gates.
Earlier, we had a chance to speak to the former Indonesian health minister who shared similar concerns.
It's pure business. Bill Gates took the opportunity when he saw that research in Indonesia was stagnating. No one wanted to fund it, so Gates took it. But Gates is a person who doesn't want to lose money, so he had to find a big market, and he looked to Indonesia. Now he is pretending to donate. How much is the donation? $159 million. But later on, he will get hundreds of millions of dollars from selling the vaccines to us.
However, current health officials have defended the Gates jab, saying it's based on very scientific research and confirming that the ministry is closely monitoring the trials together with the World Health Organization. President Prabowo went so far as to say the new vaccine will save lives.
Bill Gates is developing a tuberculosis vaccine for the world. Indonesia will be one of the places that will be trialed, and we have to recognize that tuberculosis is taking a huge toll on us. Almost 100,000 die every year, and it's our determination to bring that down.
Tuberculosis has long been an acute issue for the country. Since 2020, Indonesia has seen a dramatic increase in the number of cases, now reaching more than 1 million, with 125,000 deaths each year, this according to the country's health ministry.
Indonesia is now conducting Phase 3 of the vaccine's clinical trial, which is supported by the Gates Foundation. But the vital question lingering in people's mind is, what safeguards are in place?
Before being administered to humans, the substance had been tested on animals. After being considered safe, The testing proceeded to the first phase of trials on humans, involving a small group of 20 to 50 participants. The next trial phase involves a larger group of up to 300 participants. The third and final phase of the clinical trial, which will involve tens of thousands of participants from multiple countries including Indonesia, will kick off after the substance is declared safe in the previous stages.
While the Indonesian government insists that the Gates TB vaccine candidates passed all safety checks in earlier phases, the Indonesian public is concerned by the ethics and health risks of the mass testing.
Who would say it's not a guinea pig? If it's a test subject, that's the academic term for a participant. But the layman's term is guinea pig. You can't say human trials, human clinical trials. You can't. The safety has not been proven. The vaccine is not necessarily suitable for Indonesia. The vaccine was taken from an African vaccine.
So, is the Gates Foundation actually looking to help, or is the U.S. billionaire experimenting with human lives to fill his pockets? Well, let's take a look at his track record. Just recently, Gates opened up a lab in Singapore, and whether it is a coincidence or not, the country soon made vaccination obligatory with a 6-month jail sentence for failure to comply. And another case, Haiti. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation allegedly supported a cholera vaccination campaign in the country under questionable circumstances. Critics argued that cholera had already been in decline in Haiti by the time this was announced. Several EU lawmakers even questioned whether Haitians were properly informed about the foundation's vaccination policies and would anyone actually benefit from them. As of now, Bill Gates has donated a total of $159 million to Indonesia, including $119 million for health. He may be praising Indonesia's contribution to the fight against tuberculosis.
Indonesia's leadership on health, both in Southeast Asia and globally, is impressive, and we're proud to be a long-term partner. From biopharma's role in regional vaccine manufacturing to Indonesia's investments in digital public infrastructure and financial inclusion, the country is showing how innovation can expand opportunity and improve lives.
But we all know what's really on his mind. He was more honest when it came to the failure of his clinical trial for the HPV vaccine in India about a decade ago.
It's kind of a laboratory to try things that then, once you prove them out in India, you can take to other places.
While the promise of scientific innovation is vital for Indonesia in the fight against TB, the controversy surrounding the foundation's vaccine campaigns serve as a sobering reminder. With tens of thousands of lives potentially impacted, the country cannot afford to become just another Gates lab. Rebecca Napitupulu reporting from Jakarta for RT.